Hi, I'm Peter, and welcome to All About Filipina Relationships, the channel for those foreign guys looking to date a Filipina, or for those guys already in a relationship with a Filipina. There's no doubt about it that large age gap relationships with Filipinas really seem to intrigue many people in different ways. No matter if you think it's fine or you're totally against such relationships, I've noticed over the years of talking about these relationships that this topic always brings out the best and worst in people. But why is it some people can't handle the thought of a beautiful young Filipina who may be with a man 30 plus years her senior? And really, is it anyone else's business? In this video, I'll tell you exactly how I see it based on many conversations and getting to know people in such relationships over the years. And I'll tell you how I changed my view on very large age gap relationships and why. So be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. Now, being in a 20-year age gap relationship with a Filipina, I certainly have my own views on this topic. And for me, I did struggle a little when I first met my wife around the age gap issue. Like many of you out there, some years back I would see a beautiful young Filipina in her early 20s walking arm in arm with a man clearly in his late 60s or 70s. And I'd wonder, why on earth would a beautiful young woman be with a man who, let's face it, is old enough to be her grandfather? Now, it's perfectly natural to have these thoughts, but then our minds can race to find all the answers of why she's with this man. We go to all the obvious reasons, or then again, do we? We firstly assume that she wants his money. But do we actually know that he has any money? Or if he does, do we know that she gets any of it? Simply, we don't know anything about these two people except for the fact that they're clearly decades apart. We may also think that she only wants to get a green card or citizenship in your country. And because it's your country, some people may get rather defensive about this. Almost like they're saying, how dare she marry this older guy just so she can live permanently in my country. But again, it's just an assumption with very little basis, apart from what's in our own mind and what stereotypes, experiences and stories we may have heard of over the years that live in our mind. But as we process the reasons for this beautiful young Filipina to be with such a man, have we overlooked one of the real possibility of why they may actually be together? And of course, I'm talking here about love. Now, I hear some of you laughing at the very thought, and I've heard it all before when I hear people say things like, I bet she never had pictures of old men on her bedroom walls when she was growing up. Or they say, there's no possible way a young woman can truly love a man so much older. After all, what could they possibly have in common? Now, whilst commonality can be important to some degree in a relationship, it's not the only factor, and the fact is that you can gain commonality together as time goes by. Think about it like this. Together, you may go on vacation to another country and have a wonderful time there, exploring the country and learning all about the culture, sightseeing and so on. Now clearly, this has created some commonality between the two of you. And also doing simple things together, such as sharing the music or movies that you like with your partner, can open up a whole new world for each other, which in turn creates more commonality. So you see, commonality at the start isn't absolutely essential if the couple are patient and want to build such a relationship together. Now, as for the saying that no young woman would ever have had posters of old men on her bedroom wall, or for that matter, even thought about being in a relationship with a much older man when she was in her teen years, well, I'll tell you that you're most likely 100% correct. But here's the thing. Now in her early to mid-20s, she's no longer a teenager, and she's had a few years to grow as a person and to seek the sort of life that she now wants. Simply, when you're young, many of us dream of a fantasy life, but soon enough after becoming an adult, we may realise that this life, whilst it sounds amazing, isn't really within reach. So we may adjust our thinking and expectations and other things rather than looks, and yes, even money start to come to the forefront in an ideal partner. Many Filipinas who may have grown up in poverty or have struggled despite working long hours no doubt will adjust their thinking as they move through their 20s. But does this mean she only wants the much older man for his money or a green card to have a better life? The answer is no, not at all. Or at least I'm talking about most Filipinas. Of course, there are some who only want an older foreign guy for what he can give her and will forgo any love or real affection to get what she wants. But over the years, I've found that the vast majority of Filipinas who engage in a serious relationship with a much older man do so with many things in her mind about this man. It's not just about the money or having a better life, although those things are part of the package she may be looking for. And really, who can blame someone for wanting those things as long as they're not her only focus? I'll tell you that many Filipinas also want a man who will love her, care for her, and to create a secure family together. You see, for many Filipinas, they may have never experienced what security feels like, but security of where she lives and not having to move every year or so, and the security that comes with a serious relationship, knowing that your partner is not going anywhere, and to know that you have each other's back in the good times and the tough times. When one looks at the whole picture here, without using the usual stereotypes, we start to see how it may very well be possible for such relationships to develop. But what about the L word? Could real love develop for these two? Or are they comfortable being in a relationship that's more of a business transaction? Well, over the years, I've come to learn that it could be either, as I've seen many couples with 30 plus years age gap who are undoubtedly in love. And I've also seen others who care for each other and also provide certain things for each other with give and take type of transactions who are very happy in this situation. For example, the man may have a beautiful young Filipina by his side who cooks, cleans, does his laundry and provides care and companionship. And in return, the man provides financial and emotional security for the Filipina and may also help her family out a little. But no matter what the situation is, and the fact is that most of us will never know why these two are together. These people are adults and are happy in this relationship. So really, is it anyone else's business? The bottom line here is, what right do you or I have to pass judgment on other adult relationships? Especially when we know nothing at all about that couple. I mean, really, to put it simply, people should mind their own business and focus more on their own relationship or life, where their energy would be far more beneficial. If you'd like more videos on age gap relationships with a Filipina, then be sure to check out my extensive playlist on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.